At the beginning of the story, we see a man named Russell. Russell is no ordinary person. He is the world's most cunning thief, and today, he is going to rob a very large bank. Russell is accompanied by his 3 partners, and the 4 of them sit in a van and stop in front of a bank in New York. To execute the robbery perfectly, these people enter the bank wearing cleaner suits so that people do not suspect them. For the people inside the bank, it was just an ordinary day. They couldn't even imagine that robbers were hidden in the cleaner suits. And then Russell takes out a flashlight and turns on the light toward the cameras, disabling all the cameras one by one. As soon as all the cameras are turned off, these people put on masks, take out their guns, and release smoke inside the bank, causing a commotion. But at gunpoint, these 4 make everyone lie on the floor and take them hostage. Now, the entire control of the bank was in their hands. However, due to the smoke in the bank, some of it escapes through the bank gate, which is spotted by a security guard. As the security guard starts to enter the bank, Russell points a gun at him from the door and says that we have taken many people hostage inside, and if the police try to come in, we will kill the people inside one by one. Saying this, Russell closes the door. After this, that policeman informs the other police officers that some thieves have entered the bank. Therefore, a police team should be sent here. This news spreads like wildfire throughout the city, and in a short while, a very large police team arrives there. These people surround the bank from all sides, but they cannot go inside because they received a threat from the thieves that if even a single policeman tries to enter the bank, we will kill the people inside one by one. Meanwhile, inside the bank, we see that Russell and his 3 partners have lined up everyone inside the bank and are taking mobile phones from everyone one by one. But they do not find the mobile phone of the bank manager, and when Russell asks him, "Where is your mobile?" to which he says, "I forgot my mobile phone at home." Russell warns him that if you have hidden your mobile somewhere, tell me, and if I find your mobile phone, I will beat you so badly that you won't be able to stand again. But the manager sticks to his word and says that today I forgot my mobile phone at home, but Russell does not believe him. Therefore, Russell searches for the manager's number in all the mobile phones he took from the people there, and he calls that number. Suddenly, his phone starts ringing, which he had thrown behind the door. Russell gets very angry at this, and he takes the manager into a room and beats him severely there. Seeing this, everyone outside gets very scared, and everyone understands that if anyone tries to be clever, they will meet the same fate as the bank manager. Meanwhile, in the police station, we see Detective Keith. The detective is a very honest person, but at this time, he is very troubled because $150,000 seized from a smuggler a few days ago had gone missing, and Detective Keith is being blamed for it. Just then, his senior comes and tells the detective about the bank robbery. Hearing this, the detective feels that this is a good opportunity to get a promotion, and if I solve this case, perhaps the accusation of $150,000 will also be cleared. Therefore, the detective immediately reaches outside the bank. On the other hand, this news also reaches the bank owner, whose name is Arthur. Arthur was a very rich and powerful person. So, when Arthur found out that a robbery had occurred in his bank, it didn't bother him at all. This shows us that Arthur doesn't care about money. Arthur very calmly asked his assistant which branch the robbery occurred in, to which his assistant replied that the robbery occurred in the Wall Street branch. Hearing this, Arthur's face turned pale. This shows us that there is definitely something in that branch that is very special to Arthur. After which, the bank owner immediately meets a lady. This lady's name is Madeline. Madeline is a very sharp-minded woman who easily gets her work done by trapping people in her words. And Madeline used to charge money for this work. The bank owner, Arthur, tells Madeline that you will get as much money as you want, but you have to do one job for me. He told Madeline that in the bank where the thieves have entered, I have a safe deposit box in the vault, box number 392. In that box, my very precious belongings are kept, which I do not want to lose at any cost, and I don't want what is kept in that box to fall into anyone else's hands. Arthur tells Madeline, I know you are very clever, and you have easily solved the difficult tasks of many rich people, and I want you to go into this bank and bring me what is kept in safe deposit box number 392 without it falling into anyone else's hands. Before accepting the deal, Madeline says, after delivering what is kept in this box to you, I won't be in any danger, will I? To which Arthur replies, no. What is in this box is from before you were even born, and it won't harm anyone except me. Arthur says that if those things come before the world, I will have to face the world's questions. Hearing this, Madeline understands that Arthur must have done something wrong to some people many years ago. On the other hand, and we see the scene inside the bank, where these 4 robbers are busy with their work according to the plan. Among these robbers, there is also a girl, and they call each other by the names Steve, Stevie, and Stevo, so that no one can know their real names. Now, here, these robbers line up the men and women separately, after which, Russell tells everyone to take off their clothes and gives everyone identical clothes, telling them to put them on quickly. Also, Russell gives masks to all these people, and then after that, these 4 robbers also wear the same clothes as those people. Now, everyone inside the bank had identical clothes. Russell does this so that if the police come inside, they will be confused about who is a thief and who is an ordinary person. After this, Russell gets to work with his partners, and they go into a storeroom. Seeing the storeroom, Russell says that this place is absolutely perfect. By Russell saying this, we know that perhaps he was looking for such a place, and after which, these people start digging there. Meanwhile, outside, the detective gets to work on catching the thieves, and he starts checking the bank's CCTV from the control room. But the robbers had turned off all the bank's cameras. Because of this, the detective couldn't understand what was going on inside the bank, and just then, the robbers release a man from inside the bank. This man works in this same bank. His hands were tied, he was blindfolded, and a suitcase was hanging around his neck. When the police remove the blindfold from his eyes, he has a long beard, seeing which the police get scared. The police ask the man if there is a bomb in this suitcase, to which the man replies, no. After which, the police take the suitcase off his neck and open it. Upon opening the suitcase, the police find a message written inside. The message says that by 9 p.m., we want 2 buses and a jet plane, which must also have a pilot, and the tank must be completely full. And if you don't listen to us, after 9 p.m. every hour, we will kill 1 person in front of the camera, for which the police will be responsible. Then we see inside the bank that all the captives in the basement have been locked in a room. Right here, among these hostages, there is a boy, and that boy takes off his mask. He says that I am suffocating in this mask. Therefore, it is better to die by a bullet than to die wearing this mask. They made us wear identical clothes so that if the police come inside, they would kill us instead of them. After this, that boy starts making noise. Hearing the noise, Russell comes there, and he drags this boy into another room and beats him a lot there. Outside in the control room, the detective is sitting very troubled, and he doesn't understand how to catch these robbers. Just then, Russell sends a message to the police, which says that everyone inside is hungry. Send food for them. Reading this, the detective becomes happy, and an idea comes to the detective's mind. Why not hide a microchip in the food and send it inside so that we can hear their conversations? The detective decides that we will send pizza for all of them, and will also fit a transmitter in the pizza box so that we can hear them. And the detective decides on pizza because everyone will have to gather to eat it. And when they gather, and we will be able to hear their conversations easily. And after this, the police have pizza sent inside. After sending the pizza, the detective and his partners sit in the control room wearing headphones and are eager to hear the recording of those robbers. And then, they start hearing the recording. But they don't understand the robbers' conversation because the robbers are speaking in a different language and the police don't even know what language it is. Now, when these people don't understand this language, the detective decides that he will take the help of the people outside to identify this language, after which, this recording is turned on over the speakers. Then, a woman in the crowd says, "I recognize this language," after which, that woman is brought to the control room. After listening to the entire recording, that woman starts laughing loudly and says, "I know who this man is and what he is saying." Hearing this, the detective becomes happy and asks her, "Who is this man?" To which she says that this is the former president of Albania, who is no longer in this world. This means that the robbers inside knew that transmitters were fitted inside the pizza boxes. That's why they played a recorded tape in front of the transmitter and fooled the police. On the other hand, Madeline comes to the mayor of New York. Madeline, who was a very clever lady, had also trapped the mayor because she had some secret of the mayor's. Therefore, Madeline comes in the car with the mayor and meets the detective. The mayor tells the detective that Madeline is a very capable lady. If you let her talk to the leader of these robbers, Madeline can make your job easier, but the detective doesn't want to take anyone's help. To which Madeline tells him that you can get a promotion. The detective says that if I have the capability, I will get the promotion on my own. Then Madeline says, but what about the case against you, where $150,000 went missing? Here Madeline tells the detective that if you let me talk to those robbers, I will end this case of $150,000 against you forever. Hearing this, the detective agrees to let Madeline talk to the robbers. Now, here the detective calls the bank's number, and Russell answers the call, after which, the detective gives the phone to Madeline, and Madeline tells Russell, I can help you. Why are you doing all this? Russell says, for money. Then Madeline tells him, I can get you more money than you can even steal from the bank. Madeline says, I am neither a policewoman, nor do I want to spoil your work. I just need to take some items kept in a safe deposit box from inside the bank. Russell agrees to her and gives Madeline permission to come inside. A while later, Russell and Madeline are face to face. Madeline tells Russell, you know very well that you cannot escape from here at any cost. You should surrender. I promise you that you will get a shorter sentence, and when you are released, you will be given $2 million. But in return, let me come inside the bank now, and I need to take some items from a locker. To this, Russell says, which locker? You're not talking about locker number 392, are you? Hearing this, Madeline gets nervous. Then Russell says, why don't you tell me clearly why you have come here? Madeline says, I can't tell. Russell says, I'll tell you a story. During World War II, an American worked in a bank in Switzerland. That man had very good relations with Nazi soldiers. That man betrayed his country and earned a lot of money by shedding the blood of innocents. And with that money, today, he is living a very luxurious life. But now, I have evidence against that man. Then Russell takes out some documents and says, I found this evidence in the same locker that you want to obtain, but I cannot give you these documents at any cost, because after leaving here, if I am caught, the man who sent you here will have to get me released at any cost. Otherwise, I will bring his truth before the whole world. Now Madeline understands that Russell is very clever, and he will not give her the documents at any cost. Therefore, Madeline comes out. As soon as she comes out, the detective asks her what the robbers said to her, but Madeline doesn't tell the detective anything. Inside the bank, it is shown that everyone has been locked in different rooms. Then, a girl comes with the robbers whose name is Stevie. She goes into a room and takes 4 people from there. She locks those 4 in a separate cabin. After coming out, Stevie herself starts shouting. Her partner then makes Stevie sit with those 4 people, where Stevie had just locked the 4 people. Actually, these people deliberately mix themselves among the captives, and the captives present there also do not know who is a thief and who is a hostage. Russell had planned everything perfectly beforehand. Now, and the hole they were digging is also completed. Meanwhile, outside, the detective is sitting very troubled, and he doesn't understand what his next step should be. The time the robbers had given them, that they wanted 2 buses and a helicopter by 9 p.m., that time had also passed. Then the detective gets a call from Russell. Russell entangles him in random talk and asks riddles. From this, the detective understands that he is entangling us in talk. The detective tells his fellow police officers that first they gave us time, but we didn't complete their work. After that, they gave us more time. This means the robbers are wasting our time. Therefore, we have to take action quickly. After this, the detective calls Russell on the bank's number. He lies to Russell, saying, "We have made all the arrangements for what you asked for, but before that, I will come inside. I want to see that you haven't killed anyone." Russell agrees and gives him permission to come inside. When the detective goes inside the bank, he sees Russell's master plan. He sees that everyone is wearing identical clothes, making it difficult to identify who is a thief and who is a hostage. When Russell goes to the last room, there are 3 people there. There are no masks on their faces, and they are very scared. Russell says, "These are the people who don't listen at all. When the detective sees that everyone is safe, Russell goes to drop the detective to the door. Here, a conversation takes place between the two. The detective tells Russell, "Why don't you come out with me?" Russell says, "My work is not finished yet, and when my work is finished, I promise that I will come out through this very gate." Then Russell tells the detective, "If you have any other wish, you can tell me." The detective jokingly says, "My wish is to marry my girlfriend, but I don't have money." Now, their conversation is going on when suddenly the detective kicks Russell hard and knocks Russell down the stairs. And just as he is about to remove Russell's mask, Russell's partner arrives there with a gun, and they take him at gunpoint. But they don't do anything to the detective and let him out. After coming out, the detective understands that their plan is very strong. Russell is a very clever person. He has done very solid planning, and these people are playing with us. They know everything about what we are going to do, because Russell had told the detective, "I know that according to the law, until we kill a hostage, the police cannot come inside and attack us." Now, Russell gets quite angry because of the kick the detective gave him, and he takes a man up to the roof and shoots him in front of the camera. With this, the whole atmosphere changes, and the detective says that now the robbers have made a mistake. He decides to send the police inside, and after that, a police team starts preparing to enter the bank. But then the detective realizes that the leader of the robbers is very clever, and he cannot make such a mistake. And maybe there is some planning behind shooting that man too, and he might know every move of ours beforehand. Thinking all this, he remembers the bearded boy they had released first, around whose neck they had sent a message hanging. Maybe there is something inside that box, and when he opens that box and looks, there is a transmitter in it. This means that through that transmitter, the robbers were listening to all their talk, and they also know how the police are going to come and attack them. And understanding all this, the detective quickly talks to the head of the police team, who is about to enter the bank. The detective explains everything to him, that the robbers know about our planning. It's possible they have already fitted bombs for you, so you come back. But that officer refuses to come back and says that I will control everything. This means that now he will attack them, and inside, Russell and his 3 people know that they are going to be attacked. But before the police could come inside, Russell quickly releases smoke inside the bank, and here, he tells all the hostages to run, and one by one, everyone runs out of the bank. Everyone was wearing identical clothes, therefore, the police get confused. They didn't understand who to shoot at. Now, here the police surround everyone, and one by one, make everyone lie on the ground and tie their hands and feet, and a police team goes inside the bank, where inside the bank, the police check every corner of the bank, but the police find no trace of the robbers there because the robbers had mixed with the hostages and come out. The surprising thing was that Russell's 3 partners came out with the hostages, but Russell was not among them, and no one knew where Russell was or in what place. Russell had suddenly disappeared like a ghost. Now, the biggest problem for the police here is that they cannot identify the thieves among these people because they were all wearing identical clothes. However, everyone here is in police custody, and the police put everyone on a bus and take them for investigation. When the police reach the bank vault, their eyes are left wide open because they see that the robbers didn't take even a single rupee with them, and all the bank's money is lying just as it was. And at the same time, the weapons they had were all fake, with which no one could be killed. Then the police also find the cloth there on which red color was applied. This means that the man who was shot on the roof, actually, no one was shot. It was just a show. The police searched every inch of the entire bank, but found nothing. Not even the hole that the robbers had been digging from the beginning. The detective couldn't understand that the thieves entered the bank to rob, didn't steal a single penny, and suddenly disappeared like ghosts. The police only know that among the people outside are those 3 robbers who had taken everyone captive. But the detective is certain of one thing: the mastermind of their plan, Russell, is not among them because the detective had recognized Russell's height, color, and voice, and if he were among them, the detective would have recognized him. Russell had planned everything so perfectly that the police couldn't catch anyone even knowing everything. You will remember that moment in the story when a boy sitting among the hostages takes off his mask, and after that, Russell comes there. Russell drags him into another room and beats him a lot. Actually, nothing like that happened. He is one of those 4 robbers, and he deliberately takes off his mask in front of people so that people believe he is one of them. And now, when the police are conducting the investigation, they suspect this boy, but the police have no evidence. Instead, a girl testifies that this boy was also with us, and we were going to be in trouble because of him, because he had taken off his mask, after which the robbers beat him a lot. Hearing all this, the police release this boy. Now, there was also a girl with these robbers, whom they called Stevie, and you will remember that when Stevie locked 4 people inside the room and then came out and started acting by shouting. After which, Russell makes Stevie sit among the hostages as well, and now those 4 hostages testify that she was also with us. Also, Stevie answers the police with a lot of confidence, thereby removing the police's suspicion from herself. And their third partner, the detective himself, had seen him sitting among the hostages. When the detective went inside the bank, in the end, Russell took him into a room, where in the room there were 3 such people who didn't have masks on their faces. Actually, these 3 were robbers, and these 3 were deliberately shown without masks so that the detective would be convinced that these 3 are hostages. Now, the detective himself had seen this third man in the condition of a hostage. Therefore, the detective releases this third thief as well. A while later, the detective's senior comes, and the detective tells the senior that this was all a perfect plan. The robbers had planned everything perfectly from beginning to end. Therefore, we cannot do anything. The captain says that we have to close this case now because no one was killed, not a single penny was stolen, and no one has filed any report to solve this case, so we shouldn't waste our time like this. But the detective didn't want to close the case so easily, and he still gets busy finding out the truth of this case. And when he is looking at the bank documents, he finds out that all the lockers are present in the bank, but locker number 392 is missing. There is no record of it, and from this, the detective suspects that there was definitely some precious item in that locker which these robbers stole, and this was the reason why the robbers left a lot of money and only stole that precious item from that vault. On the other hand, we see the bank owner Arthur, to whom Madeline comes, and she tells Arthur that the documents you wanted, the robbers took with them, and the robbers took those documents with them, so that if they get stuck somewhere in the future, they will use these documents to force you to get them released. Madeline says, "I am not that stupid. There was something else in that locker besides those papers. Otherwise, those people wouldn't have taken such a big risk, and I know that you had kept a lot of diamonds there." Arthur says that along with those diamonds, there was also a very precious ring there, which belonged to the wife of a very big banker in Paris, and that banker was my friend. During World War II, their entire family was taken captive. I could have saved him if I wanted to, but the Nazi soldiers gave me a lot of money, so I didn't save them. In the end, Arthur gives Madeleine a check and says that whatever I have told you, no one outside should know about it, and Madeline takes the check and leaves from there. In this way, days pass, and we are shown the scene after a week where we see that Russell is nowhere else but still in that same bank. You will remember that moment when Russell comes into a storeroom, and seeing the storeroom, Russell says that this place is absolutely perfect. This is the same storeroom. Actually, Russell and his people had shifted the back shelves forward and had put them back in the same way they were before. And for the last 1 week, Russell was hidden right here, and the hole they had dug was dug so that Russell would never have to go out to use the washroom. In this way, after a week has passed, Russell puts all the diamonds stolen from that locker into a bag and starts leaving the bank. And as he is leaving the bank, at that very moment, the detective is also coming inside the bank. However, Russell knows this because his people waiting for him outside had given Russell the news of the detective's arrival. And when Russell passes by the detective, Russell deliberately bumps into the detective. The detective doesn't recognize Russell, and just as Russell had promised the detective that I will come out through the gate in front of you, then, according to the promise, Russell comes out through that same main gate. And in this way, these people execute a perfect bank robbery in which no theft occurred, no one was caught, and these people became millionaires because they stole diamonds that were never even in the records. On the other hand, the detective reaches those safe deposits in the bank, and there the detective opens locker number 392, which belongs to the bank owner. After opening the locker, the detective sees that there is a piece of chewing gum and a very precious ring in it, and seeing which the detective understands that the robbers have opened this locker before me, and this is the same ring that Arthur had told Madeline about. At the same time, the robbers had also left a message for the detective in that same locker, on which was written, "Follow the ring." The detective understands that this ring was left for me by that sharp-minded thief, and that thief wants the detective to bring the truth before the people, after which, the detective goes straight to the bank owner Arthur and asks Arthur, "What has been stolen from your bank?" To which Arthur replies, "Nothing." Then the detective takes out that ring and tells Arthur, "I will soon bring the truth before the people of the world." After this, the detective comes to his home, where his girlfriend is waiting for him, and when he is taking out items from his coat pocket, he finds a small diamond. Initially, the detective doesn't understand how this came into my pocket, but then he remembers that when I was going inside the bank, a man had bumped into me, and that same man put this diamond in my pocket, and that man was none other than the mastermind of that bank robbery. Actually, Russell puts the diamond in his pocket for two reasons. One reason was that he had promised the detective that I would come out through the gate in front of you, and the second reason was that when the detective came to meet Russell inside the bank, the detective had told Russell that I want to marry my girlfriend, but I don't have money. Now, here, the detective smiles, seeing this diamond. With this story ends. That's it for today. Hope you enjoyed. Like the video, subscribe,
Kip's Movie Explain at K.Movie.E for more.
hit the bell icon, and let me know your thoughts on the movie in the comments section.